Hello friends, welcome to our channel. Today's video is on mutual funds for beginners. You must have heard the phrase mutual funds sahi hai from various sources such as television, mobile phones, hoardings, etc. But many of us do not know yet what is a mutual fund. So in this video we will discuss about some of the basics of mutual funds and clear certain doubts about it. Before we proceed, I would request our viewers who are new to our channel to please subscribe because I will try to come up with 1 or 2 videos about personal finance every week. Now the first question that arises in the mind of a retail investor on hearing about mutual funds is that whether mutual funds are safe or not. Before I share my view about it, let us go through some of the historical charts of some mutual funds. Let us see their performance from beginning till now. I would suggest you not to draw any conclusion by looking at any long-term chart because a retail investor would always invest through SIPs. If you invest through SIPs, you would get the advantage of market volatility and therefore you would get more number of units whenever the market is down. So you get the chances of having more return in the long run. The first chart we have here is of SBI Magnum Global Fund. You can see how much return it has given since its inception. This is a beautiful chart pattern in the long run. Let us now see the chart pattern of HDFC Tax Saver Fund. You can find here also an uptrending pattern like the previous chart. This is because these funds are managed by highly trained professionals. We buy the shares of the company which is doing good and sell off the companies which is not doing good. And you and I cannot do this directly. Therefore, investing in mutual funds is safe. Even after so many positive aspects, people have doubts and fears in their minds. But why? This is because at some point of time or other, we have heard from our father or uncle or any of our relatives that stock market is not a good place to invest and this is a place of gambling. But my dear friends, a stock market is not a place for gamblers nor a place of gambling. You do not become rich here in a day. Whenever you invest in any equity, you should always go for a long term. This is applicable for equity mutual funds also. You will get various mutual fund schemes in the market. Even if you select the worst performing mutual fund scheme, then also you would get a higher return of around 9 to 10% as compared to a fixed deposit. And if you select a very good scheme, then you would get an interest of around 15 to 18%. And in some cases, the interest rate goes as high as 20%. And all these are compounded return. Even if the mutual fund is not doing good, then also you would get much more return than a normal FD. You could expect a compounded annual return of around 12 to 15% on an average from an equity mutual fund for a long term. After watching the video till here, I hope your fears and doubts about mutual funds are clear. So on this note, I think our video definitely deserves a like. Now let us try to understand what is a mutual fund in a layman's term and how can you invest in mutual funds. I would like to clear another misconception about mutual fund. Most of the people think that we can invest only in equities through mutual funds. A mutual fund not only invests in equities but also in gold, real estate, bonds and in many other commodities. Mutual fund is a portfolio of stocks which is managed by a highly qualified fund manager. Different mutual funds have different portfolios which is known as mutual fund schemes. Let us now discuss about a few ways on how we can invest in a mutual fund. The easiest way to invest in mutual funds is to go to any branch of a nationalized bank. Besides these, many of the mutual funds have their own branches. You should keep one thing in mind that whenever you invest in mutual fund through any bank or any agent, you will not get the option of investing directly in mutual funds. You will have to give a small commission to the agent and this small commission becomes a very big amount in the long run. Therefore, you should invest online. For investing in online mutual funds, you will need to keep with you a few things. The first requirement is to have a bank account with the facility of internet banking. Number 2 is your PAN card. Number 3 is your Aadhaar card. Your Aadhaar card should be linked to a mobile number because for KYC you will receive an OTP in the mobile number which is linked to your Aadhaar. When you have all the above mentioned things done, you can easily download the app of any mutual fund company and start investing online. This is very simple and you do not need to spend a lot of time behind it. If you still have any doubt or question regarding this, you can comment us or you can mail us in the mail ID given in the description box. You need to remember that you should always select the direct growth option. Let us now discuss some of the advantages and disadvantages of mutual funds. The first advantage of a mutual fund is expert management. There is an expert team which manages your funds for you. They know which stocks to sell and when to sell, which stocks to buy and when to buy. This is why you would find your returns remain stable in the long run. The expert management team takes a charge for doing this, which is known as expense ratio. The expense ratio is around 1 to 2% and this is adjusted with the NAV. So you do not need to pay any extra amount to anyone. The second advantage is that you could easily start investing in small amounts. You could start your SIPs with a minimum amount of Rs 500 per month. The third advantage is that you need to give your mandate only once, whether you are investing online or through your bank, so that every month they could deduct the particular amount from your bank and this is valid throughout your life. You do not have to renew it every year. So you could start your SIP once and continue it till you need to withdraw the money. The next advantage is SWP. SWP stands for Systematic Withdrawal Plan. Here, a specific amount of money will be credited to your bank account every month just like your salary. SWP is helpful to the businessmen and private employees. Fifth advantage is Tax Savings Fund or ELSS funds. As the name suggests, you can invest in these funds for tax savings. You should keep in mind that ELSS or Tax Savings Fund have a lock-in period of 3 years. You cannot withdraw money before 3 years. The biggest advantage is easy liquidity. After placing your redemption order, your money would get credited to your bank account within 2 to 3 working days, which is much better as compared to real estate and physical gold. Let us now talk about a few disadvantages. One major negative point of mutual fund is exit loads. Exit load is charged when you withdraw your money from your fund within a time frame. Exit load varies from fund to fund, so before you invest, you should have an idea about exit loads. Another aspect of mutual fund, which I personally treat as a disadvantage, is conservative approach, and the returns also become low for this. I treat these as a disadvantage. That doesn't mean you would also treat it as a disadvantage. If you are a conservative investor, then this could be positive for you. These were some of the advantages and disadvantages. Now let us go through some general points on what should be done and what should not be done. Number 1. You should never stop your SIPs except for any emergency situation. In case any emergency situation arises, at that time you can stop it, but in general you should never stop your SIPs, especially at this time when the market is down. At this point of time, you should increase the amount of your SIPs so that you get more number of units in a lower rate. You can reduce the amount of your SIPs once the market rises. Number 2. You should increase the amount of your SIP when there is an increase in your income. Number 3. You should sit with your family and decide your goals before you invest, and you can start one mutual fund for every goal. Number 4. You should keep in mind that there should be 3 to 4 mutual funds in your portfolio. If the number exceeds, then it would lead to over-diversification and it could result in lower returns. Number 5. To escape from short-term fluctuations or volatility, I would suggest you to invest more in ELSS or Tax Savings Fund. Your funds would remain locked-in for a period of 3 years and you would not be able to withdraw your money. So guys, If you have liked our video, then please hit the like button, subscribe our channel for more videos on mutual funds, and please share this video with your friends so that they too can get a clear idea about mutual funds. If you still have any query or any feedback, then you can comment us in the comment section of this video. We will be back soon with our next video. Till then, bye bye. Take care.